So it is with the words of others that we enthusiastically invite Mark to the stage to accept our well-deserved and heartfelt thank you for being a man of conviction, vision, and integrity, to accept his rightful place as one of the most distinguished individuals in the field, and as this year's Jack L. Anson Award recipient.
So I told them that my number one goal was not to lose it. Too late. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge my fellow award recipients of the night. So many of these individuals are my dear friends, and I am so thrilled to share the stage with Ron, Dan, Carrie, Bonnie, Angela, and Graham. I worked with several of you throughout the years, and it is absolutely an honor to share this stage with you. The stage really is shaking. I'm standing at this podium in St. Louis. I don't know whether to give a speech or to start pulling out bottles. For those of you that don't know, we're going into our 4th year with the AFLV Central Conference in this hotel. Spent a little bit of time here. When my longtime friend Ann Arsenault called me to inform me of this huge honor, I was shocked and surprised beyond belief. This entire experience has been humbling beyond words. I don't really think of myself as even being at the point in my career where I could possibly be deserving of such an honor. I guess the other possibility is maybe you're just telling me I'm old. I don't know. The minute I got over that initial shock of Ann's message, it struck me, shit, I have to give a speech. As I came to this conclusion out loud, Ann quickly jumped in to inform me that there would be some changes this year. A, speeches are to be shorter. Ron already mentioned this. Thank you for allowing me some latitude, Ron. Kind of like a tweet. I had to challenge myself to condense my words into a limited space, focusing only on the necessary words. B, there will be no visual support in the form of PowerPoints, prezzies, video, or the like. I don't like that one. So what does this mean for you? A, I've never been known as a guy to follow instructions very well. B, if you placed a wager on this ending any time after 10, you're probably right. And C, if you know me very well at all, you know I like AV. So, in the absence of the big screen, I'm going to settle for the small screen. Most of you have one of those in the form of an iPhone, a BlackBerry, or other smart device. And since my remarks and thank yous and acknowledgements need to be short, I'm actually going to utilize Twitter to provide the audio-visual support. So if you want to see the feed, you can follow me at Koepsell, and you'll see it on the small screen right in your hands. The best part about this is, I won't know if you're drinking in my words on your phones or if you're playing Angry Birds. It's all the same from here. Before we get there, though, I need to explain a few things. The way I see it, these awards are as much about celebrating the success of the movement as they are about the individual awardees. Our motto in Phi Delta Theta is one man is no man. If there's actually any secret philosophy to success, I think this is it. No individual here stands alone. Behind him or her, there's an army of supporter, families, friends, colleagues, pushers, challengers, and encouragers. Without those people, the accomplishments of the individual would have no meaning or context. And in almost every situation, it is the collective effort of the team that makes anything happen. One man is no man. The award becomes a shared celebration of all this group has done collectively and can hopefully serve as an encouragement and inspiration to others to fight for this thing we call fraternity. Jack L. Anson was known as Mr. Fraternity because of his dedication, commitment, and love of the fraternal movement. Something he knew to be true, collectively, we improve this movement together. Individual people and organizations in silos not only won't get the job done, but will never create a space that truly makes a difference in that environment. So good, so good. Wow. I attended my first AFA exactly 20 years ago this week. It was there that I fell in love with this profession. I was honored to serve on the grad staff. Where are our grad staff people? Where are I was honored to serve on the grad staff, thus providing what felt to me like an immediate in. The opportunity to rub elbows with the who's who and walk away feeling like I really built a professional network. It was there that I got connected with people like Karen Nishmir Sneath, Shelley Sutherland, Rick Barnes, my assigned AFA mentor Ruben Perez, and fellow grad staffer Tom Jelke. I was attending grad school at Eastern Illinois University working for Eileen, or as we called her, Bean Sullivan, and it was also at this meeting that I got first connected with her uber cool group of friends, the Frat Pack. You might also recognize them as Jim Hoppy, Kathy Early, Mike Hayes, Linda Wardhammer, just to name a few. And with a crew like this around me, how could I not be off on the right foot? I still consider myself lucky to have the graduate experience that I did. I had phenomenal supervisors and a phenomenal graduate assistantship. In the office, I was provided an integrated experience advising the programming board, the Black Student Union, leadership programs, and one that I wasn't so excited about, IFC. What most of you don't know is that I attended that first AFA as an unaffiliated individual. I had attended Carroll University as an undergrad and found my way to higher education because of some incredible mentoring from Kate Herrick and Gary Kennan. I was a programming board guy, and I had ambitions of continuing my work with major productions and concerts, probably how I found my love for Big AV. We had fraternities on campus, but they were locals. I explored the option to the point of pledging. And long story short, it wasn't in the cards. And my desire to have anything at all to do with fraternities after that was completely non-existent. It was a hard time for me. Looking back though, I have to be thankful because that left the door open for me to join the new colony at Eastern Illinois as a grad student of Phi Delta Theta. I was the PR chair. I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. My brother Gary Ballinger is here tonight. He's right there. A longtime Greek advisor himself, Gary joined the colony and initiated with me. Phi Delta Theta and my connection to the larger fraternal movement truly has provided me the opportunity to become the greatest version of myself. I am so grateful to my fraternity for providing brotherhood and support all these years. I may not have had an undergraduate experience like most of you, but I've spent my life making up for it in the lifetime benefits of membership and active involvement. And of course, at good old EIU, I also had the privilege of having one Doc Everly as my advisor. Doc is also here tonight. Thank you for sharing your passion of fraternity with me. Thank you for inspiring me to pursue it as my career. And I even thank you for convincing me to do my graduate paper on the effects of alcohol on the fraternity. I spent some time on this formula period tonight because it laid the foundation for all that was to come. I've been blessed to work with some amazing individuals in my career at Millikan University, St. Louis University, and Colorado State University. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Linda Wardhammer, who works side by side with me, not only at Millikan, but again at St. Louis University. She provided a crash course in advising fraternities and sororities, a solid and valuable friendship, and introduced me to some opportunities that would later take my career in a whole new direction. To the overwhelming number of other staff, graduate students, supervisors, colleagues, and friends I had along that journey, tonight is about them too. Their support, challenge, and friendship has contributed greatly to the professional I am today. One man is no man. Additionally, I've had the privilege of serving thousands of wonderful and maybe even a few not so wonderful students over the years. This list is way too long to mention, and their impact on me is immeasurable. They provide a never-ending source of inspiration, education, professional development, and keeping it real spirit. You already heard from Lindsay, and I've admitted many times she's one of my favorites. There are dozens more, though, that make that list as well. These students make a difference on all of us, and they certainly have made a difference on me. Tonight is their night as well. One man is no man. That even includes the little shits who I wanted to punch in the face. Even they made a difference on me. Seriously, I have to share with you that over the years I've run into some of these troubled students out and about, and they've actually apologized for me for their shit-like behavior. And they've admitted that the positive impact that their experience and my advising made on them made a difference, and they feel bad, and so on and so forth. So hold on to that the next time you need a little encouragement to handle a tough student. The professional experience that has by far made the largest impact on me, though, is my ongoing co-curricular involvement. Once a joiner, always a joiner, I guess. And I've been blessed to have served in so many capacities that have allowed me to make the wonderful relationships that I have. I've often tried to explain to my Fort Collins friends that these really are deep and meaningful relationships that I have with all of my professional colleagues around the country. There's so many people in this room that are my closest friends. These are the people I've gone to when life, personally and professionally, begins to break me down. These are the people I've gone to when things are good and I want somebody to cheer with. These are the people that tell me when I'm full of crap and pat me on the back for a job well done. And these are the people that prove that brotherhood and sisterhood can extend beyond the letters that we wear. Woo! To illustrate this point for a moment, please stand up. I know you need to stretch. Please stand up if you have served with me as a volunteer on the West Fraternal, Central Fraternal, National Cultural, National Black, WRGA, or MGCA conferences. Please stand up if you have served with me on the AFA Board of Directors or on an AFA committee. Please stand up if you've served the WRGA, MGCA, or AFLV Board of Directors. Please stand up if you are a colleague and coworker or staff from any place that I have been employed. If you have participated in an institute like UIFI or Leadership with me. If you've been an MGCA, WRGA, or AFLV awards judge. If you have presented with me at a conference or an institute. If you have attended the Fraternal Relevance Institute or The Gathering. If you are a participant and supporter of Compass. If you serve Phi Delta Theta with me. If we have worked together on any other significant project or event or connected in any other way that I have not previously mentioned. There are a lot of people standing in this room. Truly, one man is no man, and so many of you are very, very dear to me. Thank you for supporting me, influencing me, and shaping me. Thank you. I was fortunate to have doors. That was not an attempt for a standing moment. Early in my career, I was fortunate to have doors open for me. I was simply your typical eager beaver looking to get involved and make a difference any way I could. I am beyond grateful that Wayne Colvin, Barb Roll, and Shelley Sutherland took me in. To have been mentored by these individuals, to serve under them, and to have been provided the opportunity to follow in their footsteps is beyond what I would have imagined and more than I ever could have hoped for. It was about this same time that I became connected with one Mr. Mike McCree. On Thursday, somebody passed the two of us going up the escalator and commented, "I don't ever see the two of you without each other at one of these things." Mike is proof that brotherhood extends beyond the letters. We push each other, we argue, we fight, we bicker. But at the end of the day, we also find the opportunity to celebrate our successes and the brotherhood that comes in this fraternal movement. One man is no man. To the board of AFLV, thank you for believing in me, for your support of me, and for your wisdom, guidance, and dedication. I'm blessed to have had the opportunity to work with these amazing people. You do your work quietly and without enough recognition, so Catelyn Roberts, Shannon Graybar Milliken, Rick Barnes, Tisa Mason, Dave Westall, Bree Bowser, and Lisa Fedler Swantek, here's to you. And to the staff of AFLV, Tricia Fector, Leah Hansen, Leo Glass, Jill Lancaster, and Beverly Williams. Truly, one man is no man. These individuals put up with me on a daily basis, and I couldn't ask for a better team. Together we explore the questions of what if, and they are the ones that make it happen. I know they cringe when they hear me walking down the hall, because 80% of the time the conversation becomes with, what if we did this? And 90% of the time, they're the ones that make it happen. Thanks also to our honorary staff member, Deborah Borak from Conference Direct, who came to join us tonight also. You are a friend, and I love working with you. And finally, what is a man without his family? My parents raised me with an unwavering work ethic and a strong sense of values. That drives me on a daily basis. My siblings provide support, and my girls, my beautiful daughters, Madeline is 10 and Georgia is 9, they are truly the light of my life. My work takes me away from them all too often, and it's amazing to see them grow into little ladies. Their most recent portrait looks like they are little sorority women in the making, complete with their little black dresses. If you've talked to me this week, I've probably shown you, and it is my deepest desire that someday they should choose sorority as the option for them. And I hope that they can find a fraternal family firmly grounded in values that will support their development into well-rounded, contributing members of society with all the love and support I found in this thing we call fraternal movement. It's this collective whole that inspires me, this huge network of individuals and organizations that provides my fuel, and it's from here that I have gained the viewpoints and perspectives that I have. Many of you have heard me speak on strategic planning, change management, and other general leadership topics. One thing that is always consistent in those presentations is my transparency about my love of a little place I like to call the land of what if. Just ask any AFLV staff or board member. I speak enthusiastically about visiting there in almost every conversation. And tonight I welcome all of you to join me on a very, very quick journey there to the land of what if. So what if? What if? Hashtag what if? What if we spent our undergraduate years preparing for a lifetime of membership in the organizations and didn't get initiation until we graduated? What if there actually was a minimum standard for members and chapters and real consequences for falling short? What if all campus fraternity and sorority award programs actually measured meaningful outcomes instead of rewarding the most creative writers? What if fraternity and sorority advisors weren't so often the youngest directors in the Division of Student Affairs? What if the staff-to-student ratio for Greeks looked more like we find in most residence life programs on campus? What if we didn't need an organization like the Fraternal Values Society in our communities because 100% values alignment was already achieved? What if every chapter had the conviction, the motivation, the talent, and drive that we find in most colonies? What if new member education truly prepared men and women for a life of values-based action? What if all fraternity and sorority members valued making a positive global impact as much as they do the fun of brotherhood and sisterhood? What if the money raised through fraternity and sorority philanthropy all actually made its way to the advertised beneficiaries? What if philanthropy wasn't so often a sorry excuse for another social event and members actually believed in the cause more than the path? What if we had a better vehicle for grassroots fundraising and support of causes within the fraternal market? What if the behavioral expectations and enforcement were the same at this annual meeting as they are at our undergraduate leadership conferences? What if fraternity and sorority professionals stopped prioritizing their largest efforts into Greek Week, homecoming, and formal recruitment? What if headquarters and campuses agreed that really what matters most is building an environment that supports the positive development of our students? What if there were grants available to help individuals and organizations focus on efforts that can make a real difference in the fraternal world? What if we built a system that allowed house directors to play a valuable role as support mechanisms and paraprofessionals? What if all our chapters could prove that membership would positively impact retention and GPA? What if professionals didn't see fraternity and sorority advising as an entry-level job or a stepping stone to something quote-unquote more important? What if universities valued the profession at a level where there was upward movement available without leaving the field? What if fraternity and sorority professionals spent more time creating sustainable change and less time in stupid meetings talking about it? What if we worried less about who is taking over the world and focused more on who is getting good things done? What if fraternities and sororities could prove their worth to higher education at a level where they were begging for more? What if fraternity and sorority professionals were more actively engaged in the higher education arena? That means in addition to fraternal matters. What if fraternity and sorority professionals were conducting more research and assessment to better illustrate the validity and worth of our experience? What if Our chapters were known as places of tolerance and acceptance, as opposed to exclusivity and petri dishes for the isms that plague us. What if we had less silos and more organizations working collaboratively to create fraternities and sororities that are the most trusted organizations of integrity and ethics? What if I actually felt comfortable that my daughters could join any sorority chapter and enjoy a developmentally rewarding experience? What if all our members understood that true leadership exists in doing the right thing and isn't related to power or position? What if we spent more time figuring out how to effectively recruit and support alumni volunteers as coaches and mentors? What if we provided the tools to every member to step up in the face of controversy and ridicule for the pursuit of values? What if it were nearly impossible to win the Schaefer or Anson Award until the twilight of your career? Don't think I'm not grateful. What if every fraternity, sorority, community, and office was inclusive and supportive of every organization that we represent, not just the white kids? What if all fraternities created a culture of respect for women instead of a den of hyper-masculine attitudes and behavior? What if alcohol didn't have a place in our houses where a majority of members are underage anyway? What if the only thing synonymous with a frat move equaled actions that are the highest in character and values? What if? My quest is not only to dream of the land of what if, but to find a path to get there. I hope you are willing to join that journey with me. Hashtag land of what if. Thank you once again for bestowing this incredible honor on me. Thank you for providing me the opportunity to work in a field where I find such passion, commitment, and dedication by those around me. And thank you for allowing me to do what I love to do